There's a saying that infantry win battles, but logistics wins wars. And one of the wars where we really see this play out is the Second World War. A lot of emphasis gets put on the frontline soldiers and the trigger pullers, but there was a lot that went into World War II. You have the guys in supply who were getting equipment and gear up to the frontline soldiers. And the manufacturing element that was mobilized during the Second World War just absolutely blows the mind. Right now, I am in Scotland, and today we're going to be going to a place to take a look at the story of how some women with axes helped to win the Second World War. All right, now we're going to get to the World War II stuff here in just a little bit. Running a little bit of a side mission first. There's a massacre site up here near the top of this hill. I've already climbed up pretty far. As a matter of fact, you can see how high up we are right now, and just kind of stumbled upon like this old housing settlement. You can see like these stone walls from these homes that used to be here. So yeah, kind of interesting. But anyway, I'm going to dodge up here to this site. Well, we had to hike one heck of a hill in order to get up to this site right here. But what we are looking at here at this cave is the site where a terrible massacre of a bunch of knights took place. The massacre occurred at the hands, or shall I say teeth, of a beast called the Beast of Cairnbernagh. This is the cave of Cairnbernagh. And the beast, turns out, was just an innocent looking white bunny rabbit, but wasn't so innocent. Well, if you haven't picked up on it by now, I'm actually referring to a scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail where this white rabbit pops out right here, and the knights are looking from behind this rock, and they think that they're coming up on this vicious beast. Turns out it is a vicious beast, but it's this white rabbit that comes out and like decapitates the first knight and then slaughters a whole bunch of others until the knights are forced to retreat, and then they have to deploy the holy hand grenade of Antioch in order to blow it up. This site, seriously, is way the heck out here. And oh my gosh, we've actually got some bones here. Maybe there is a beast in the cave. But anyway, this site, I can't believe that they came all the way out here to film that little bit. Like, it was no short distance to get out here, and the hike to get up here was really something else. But anyway, thought it might be funny to come out here. At least I hope people think it was funny, because good grief, it was not exactly easy to get to this place. But anyway, we're going to get back on the road and get to some World War II stuff now. When you think about the materials that a nation would need to fight in the Second World War, One thing that you may not really think about is wood or lumber. But think about all of the uses of wood in the Second World War. Okay, so the thing that comes to mind, obviously, for me, would be the wooden ammo crates that they are shipping bullets and bombs in. But you also need wood for shipbuilding. You need it to build the gliders that are used in places like Normandy and Operation Market Garden and Operation Varsity. Wood is needed for telephone poles. It's needed for the construction of barracks, even down to things like gun stocks, and the charcoal filters and gas masks require wood. Now, unfortunately for Britain, prior to World War II, like 96% of their lumber was imported. So there was going to be a great need for people to go out and fell trees and create lumber for the war effort. And that role was going to be filled largely by women. So here in the middle of the Queen Elizabeth Forest, we have this monument that is set up to the Women's Timber Corps. So here you can see this woman, and she is wearing this beret, and she has her hand over her eyes. She's looking off in the distance, and in her left hand off to her side is an axe. And you may be asking, what is the Women's Timber Corps? Well, the Women's Timber Corps was set up in April of 1942, and in May of 1942, the Scottish Women's Timber Corps started setting up their training camps. And these women were filling a void. All of the lumberjacks had pretty much gone off to war, so these women, who were nicknamed Lumberjills, stepped in to fill the void. So these camps trained hundreds of young women ages 17 to 24 on everything that would be connected with the timber industry. Wore green berets, to distinguish their units. So here on the statue here, you can see this woman wearing a beret. And they were trained on everything that had to do with forestry and the lumber industry. So they learned how to chop down trees, how to measure them out, sawmilling, anything that would be connected with creating lumber. These women did, and again, filled a very important need. And yeah, I think it's really cool that they have this monument set up right here in the Queen Elizabeth Forest. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and load up the family in the car and head on out to the next place. But that was just a little something that maybe you didn't know about how some women with axes helped to win the Second World War. All right, we are approaching this Monty Python rabbit death cave, and holy smokes, there is literally a rabbit guarding the path to the cave. That's not weird at all.